I got some exciting stuff to show you on this chart. All right, we pulled back here. Obviously, pretty red day in the market. If you look on the right hand side here, as I go down through here, let's put it in alphabetical order. All right, you can see what we got. Bitcoin down 1,400 bucks. Bitcoin dominance is on the rise a little bit here. We'll come right back to this Myro chart. Wait till I show you guys this. This should get you pretty pumped up for Myro. Now, like I pointed out, last time I did a video, I don't know, a week ago maybe. Keep an eye on this bounce. But this actually, it was coming down right here last time I did a video. I remember that. So it's been a little bit, but I said don't be surprised if you get a bounce off the top of this. And sure enough, got the bounce. Came up almost like a double top here, rolled over. It looks like it's making a little more of a run back up here. This could be, hopefully just about the end of this thing, right? You got the 12-hour RSI right down here at the bottom, but it is on the daily. See where we're at on these bigger. The daily's actually reset down here. Your weekly bearish divergence going on here, but actually the weekly is bullish. Ain't that something? And on the monthly, 98.9 to 98.4, still a little bullish there. Man, this thing can't have much left, right? It really can't. I mean, it has just chugged its way up here and just been miserable around this 65 area. You can see right here, the last 3 weeks, 65, just sticking right there. Okay, we were looking for that fifth wave. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should be the fifth wave here, right? Let's go on a daily and look at the wave count. Obviously, this whole thing would be a fifth wave, but that looks like a 4 and a 5, right? Down it. So we'll see what happens here, but it's right around that 65%. Our box goes up here to 66.8, and that's up at a 786. That's the last Fibonacci level to get rejected at. Bitcoin 105,746. Okay, I was watching this yesterday on the daily. You had this wedge forming. Get my pointer here. This wedge forming here. All right, yesterday we had a pretty decent run here. This ran back up in the wedge and then right back down out. Now the question is, how far could this thing come down? It's at 105,760 right now. Obviously, let's see what the width of this wedge would be. Let's take a measurement of the wedge and see what it says. And then we'll take a fib to it. Then we'll beat it with the fib. That looks like that was probably your fall right over here. This fall right here. That was more than likely it. Probably going to retrace here to a retracement level, I would imagine, and bounce. Let's see here. It could definitely pull down in here, down to 50% at 103.5. 618 is at 102, 269 there. Don't be shocked. Right? We have the 50-day moving average coming in right up here at about 104, 104.2. Very possible. That daily RSI is right at the very top. Your 12 hours just about reset. All right, let's see if we can see anything on a smaller time frame here. The 4 hour, you're getting a bounce off that 50-day moving average. Don't let it fool you though, right? More than likely, you're having 5 waves down here. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's what it looks like. On a 1 hour, take a fib on here. What do you got? Well, 50% retracements, which you have, and a 382. Probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth wave down. Yeah, more than likely somewhere down around 104, I'd imagine, somewhere around that area. RSI is pretty oversold on the 1 hour. Look like you're probably going to get that bounce up to a, it would be a 382 here for a wave 4. Let's see. See if this works out or not. Come up here probably. Probably about back up to 106. 106, 106 and a half, right in that area. That's probably going to do a 5 wave down. So I would probably be watching. I'm going to put this on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. That's more than likely what we're going to end up with, something like that. And so we could get a bounce here for the next, next few hours. Especially with this is the 4 hour down here at the bottom. It goes back up to 106. That'll where are we at now? 105.7, 106.3. I'll get the market bouncing a little bit. Now, if we come back over here, Myro. This is pretty odd. Oh, Filecoin. I put a long out on that the other day. Let's see here. It was over in Discord. That was when this thing, I was preoccupied. I couldn't keep an eye on the price on this. I wish I could have, because I had a nice run up here when I called that. Right here is that run right here. Now you got this retracement here. Looks like it's probably bouncing right now too, speaking of Filecoin. But if you want to sign up for a Discord, that's a level 3 membership. Come over and join us. Man, oh man, XRP yesterday. Put out an XRP long. And one thing I did not see, man, oh man, it was up pretty decent on this too. What a bummer. Right over here. You got to see this, because trust me, it's worth seeing. Let me clean this mess off here. All right, right over, if you're going on a 4. All right, right here is where I called the long. Okay, you had a break of this wedge coming down through here, and you got to see this. Hold on 1 second, right? Because it's worth. So you don't make the same mistake maybe someday. But me, I like counting my waves, right? You would have thought right there was the break that way, and then you had the bottom end of this wedge coming up through here, right? Right, like so. So you get a break of the wedge right here. Actually got in before the break, rode this thing up, looked like a nice wave 1, 2 pullback, right? Was up, I don't know what it was, $600 up to here. And then it started pulling back, holding out, right? Well, what I didn't account for here was, unfortunately, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the 5th wave on that thing. And of course, what's it do? Rolls back over and plummets right down through here. All right, now of course XRP is getting a little bit of a bounce here. Is it going to push back up through here, or is it going to come up here and hit resistance and roll over? Have to keep an eye on that. But that kind of sucked for sure. Was up, like I said, pretty decent there, $600, $700. I don't even know what it was. I was just waiting for wave 2 to pull back and for it to take off, and of course it never did. So ended up getting out of that trade for pretty much break even. Now over here on Myro. All right, here this ought to get you pretty pumped up, right? 1642 right now. See this wedge in here? All right. Right here, what do you have? You have a break. It looks like a break and a retest, right? You got the break of the wedge, and it looks like possible retest right here. If it is, you'll know it, because this thing should start moving fairly fast if it is, right? Because it would have to come up here towards 0.032. All right, now this looks like a very, very good area. In the past, if you come in here on a 12-hour, this was a very good support area through here, right? Zoom in a little bit. Alright, let's get this box off here. We know it bounced down here. That's what that was for. Let's not take that off, but let's get this box out of here. Because, wait till I show you this, alright? Now you got this 12-hour support down through here. 12-hour is trying to turn back up, alright? The RSI is coming down, but it is trying to turn back to the upside. The 8-hour still pulling down here. But holding, it is holding here. 4-hour right on the bottom and bouncing. Okay, you got the 4 starting to bounce. The 1-hour heading to the upside. All right, the one way to know for sure if this more than likely hit a bottom is to put a trend line on this thing and watch for a break. But don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Hold on, please. Alright, and we got some great traders over in Discord, guys. We got some guys that people put trades in there every day. It's only 15 bucks. You get over 10 hours of videos to go with that membership to learn how to start charting charts here. Okay, now if this happens to be a bottom in here at right about 1603, I think it came in. You know, if this ends up breaking what 1660. That would break this resistance here, and that would be a very good sign. Now if you get a this is on the 1-hour, you know, if you get a higher high over here off of 1712, that would be another very, very good sign that the bottom could possibly be in. But watch for a break of this trend line. That would be absolutely huge. Right there, we just got a nice bounce as I'm doing this. What are we at now? 1642. All right, 1603. Hopefully, was the bottom. Took a shot on a long position on this, and hopefully this pays off here. All right, now if we come back out here, and to check this out, guys, because this is even more exciting. All right, on the 12-hour. That's the wedge right here we're talking about, right? Well, now target for this move would probably be up around a 3.033. All right, if we get the bounce here, it's a 618 pullback with a fib down here, which is another pretty good sign that maybe we got a bottom. Now, if you come out, let's go out on a weekly. You got the weekly RSI turning up. But that wedge where we're looking at, look at this bigger. Look at the, all right, this is the wedge right here. We were just looking at this little one here. Look at this big one over here. All right, now is this the break? We got the breakout of this massive wedge over here. Is this the retest for this over here also? It could be, right? Definitely could be. Now, if this ends up heading up, you know, then you're looking at a lot higher prices, you know, possibly up towards 23 cents, believe it or not, right? I mean, that's as crazy as that might sound right now, and it does sound crazy right now considering we're below 2 cents right now as we're doing this. Very, very possible. Get that alt season rolling, and that would be huge, right? Now the daily RSI right at the top here, it's actually oversold here on the bottom. It's, you know, it's only at a what is it down here? It's at a 42. Okay, down there on that daily. And where are we at here? 1642. All right, so definitely keep an eye on Myro and watch it to hopefully hold 1603. All right, 1603 hopefully is a line in the sand here on the 12-hour. Let me show you that again. That is a very, very good support area. Not only that, this pullback, if you take the fib off this low over here, you know, comes right in at a 618, right around there. Look at that nice, beautiful 618 pullback. Last time we hit the 618 was over in this area, had a nice run up, ended up actually breaking out of the wedge. You always get normally you always get a retest. All right, you get a break retest, and hopefully fire to the upside, right? All right, thank you so much, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe. Consider coming over and signing up in our Discord and joining us over there. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully 1603 was a bottom. We're going to put a price label on that, and hopefully that holds here. 16. There we go. We'll leave it right there. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks a lot.